Sometimes, every once in a while, what you got to do is sit back, relax, and focus on what really matters. And if it's an election in Ontario, like the one we're having right now, focusing on what matters means focusing on the election. Elections are about choices, about choosing who you want to lead you, for how long, under what conditions. Choices about how we want to live, how we want to structure our society. Choices about what we expect in terms of schools, roads, hospitals, programs that care for the neediest, the poorest, the most infirmed among us. Elections are important. And if the election involves Tim Hudak, like the one in Ontario does, then the bets are doubled and the stakes are even higher. Try and imagine for a moment what a province led by Tim Hudak would be like. Think Mike Harris on steroids. Think Stephen Harper in hyperdrive. There are two things you have to keep in mind about Tim Hudak. One, he hates workers and unions. Two, he loves the 1%. Everything this man says, every word he utters needs to be understood within that context. His whole right to work idea for Ontario, that rant he went on for 2 years, was all about destroying unions and driving down wages. All so that corporations could become richer and wealthy individuals could be that much more wealthy. That's what it was all about. It's part and parcel with his whole plan to eliminate the deficit while driving down taxes. We know what that means. We know what that's like. We've been here before. In order to do that, what you have to do is you have to find and scrap every piece of social legislation you can. You have to squeeze every individual who receives even a dime of social assistance. You have to gut the budget of every school board in the province, all in aid of keeping taxes low and profits high. After all, just within days of the election being called, he was promising, he was threatening to eliminate 100,000 civil service jobs within the first 2 years of a Hudak administration. Elections are not about scrapping every belief, principle, idea, hope, dream you've ever possessed. Elections are not about mortgaging your future and the future of your children to some insane economic idea that was imported from deep southern United States. Elections matter. Sit back, focus in on what matters.